to our second speaker. Kate Hancock is a self made entrepreneur and has triumphed across diverse industries, including e commerce, hospitality, real estate, and beauty. With a remarkable startup investment of $20, she propelled her debut venture to surpass $1 million in revenue in just 1 year. And ultimately, Kate figures in online sales. Expertise in emerging tech, Kate is recognized as a top 100 women of the future and a Harvard Business School Web's 3.0 speaker. Her influence spans global stages as a sought-after keynote speaker, from American Express Business to TEDx events. Kate's impact extends further through her previous TV show called The Future of CNN Philippines. The Future, for CNN Philippines, ranked #1 with 8 million viewers. And her role as a skilled community builder uniting over 125,000 entrepreneurs worldwide. She is the founder of the Global AI Council. Kate Hancock founded and leads the Global AI Council, which operates with the mantra AI for good, free education for all. The Council has successfully established a significant presence in multiple regions around the world, including the USA, Philippines, Africa, Malta, Canada, and Mexico. This international reach underscores the Council's commitment to spreading the benefits of AI technology and providing educational opportunities globally. Additionally, Kate Hancock's impactful work with the Global AI Council was highlighted in Vogue magazine's Raising Hope feature in 2024, showcasing her significant contributions in the field. Ladies and gentlemen, delivering a speech entitled How to Be a Supernatural Woman Who Rules Her Time, Thoughts, and Temple, streaming live from Utah, USA. Let's all welcome Kate Hancock.
I was always taught it's not good to brag. When you're talking about yourself, it's selfish and you should focus into other people. But today, I'm going to share about myself and my life because I think a lot of you have been where I used to be. And when you're following my journey, I know you're capable of doing great things more than I have ever done. So, here in front of you today is an island girl who never expected a very big life at all. My life was small. My village was small. The thought of traveling the world, running companies was beyond my wildest imagination. Yet, I have gone so far beyond the world to where I grew up in, like that it's truly like living a different life. And the challenge with that, with going beyond to what I started with, was transcending beyond fears and doubts and going beyond the misunderstanding of what was possible, who I was, and what I was capable of. I grew up in a small island, south of Manila, come again, one of the 7,107 islands, which we all know constitutes our country, the Philippines. This one is barely big enough to have enough people on it. This is my life. This is my world. Yet, I have gone so far beyond the world that this island girl would barely recognize me today. Folks, this is the real deal. We grew up very poor. My mom works in a bakery and she owns a meat shop. We make fresh cooked meals every day. My father makes $200 a month to a family of five. So we work in the morning and then tomorrow we work again. And I resented to be in that position to not have freedom. You know, every day I would wash 100 pieces of molds This, while working in the Bay, and these are not nice pastry molds. These are used milk cans. This old milk, condensed milk. That's what we use. And I have blisters all over my hands, but I'm not allowed to complain. I was told I was a worker, just like the rest of us. When you grow up in an island, when you see parade, you get very excited. I wish I really could do free like other kids do, just like the parade that going on every year. While working in the bakery, having the baked goods in the oven, I have to run as fast as I could to catch a glimpse of the parade, knowing I have to turn around before baked goods burn. Well, I resented to be in that position, to not have freedom. There was this family, a comparatively rich family named Zuberi. You guys still know. And my mother would yell at me, "Why are you resting? You're not a daughter of the Zubirs." But I'm tired. We are all tired. Stay in your lane, stay in your place. That kind of a comparison is some kind of a put down that I'm not faster, stronger, wealthier than the Zubiri. Despite the difficulty of childhood, my mother was able to send me to college, barely enough to pay for my tuition. So I was hustling at an early age. I was selling merchandise to cover the rest of my tuition. Now, as my life advanced, one day I get a chance to travel to Hong Kong. I have to tell you, the very first moment I've seen Hong Kong, my mind almost exploded. I was stunned. I was speechless. What? There's a bigger world out there outside of my island. There's important people carrying your briefcase, wearing nice suits. And I thought, I don't know what they do, but I want to be like that. I don't know what they do, but I want to be like that. So I work a lot harder than I should have. And this led me the opportunity to move to the United States right after college. At first, I was a brand ambassador. Brand ambassador sounds fancy, right? Costco? Yes, it's S&R, pretty much a store that sells everything. I was giving food samples at Costco. And I have to tell you, I was popular. Not because they've noticed me, but because what I was giving was free. I was working 13 hours a day, making minimum wage. And I thought, I gotta make better. I better innovate. And one day, Costco manager told me that any items that ends with 0 or 9 at Costco is a clearance items. It was a boring day, so I listed those clearance items through Amazon, beauty items. And I sold 2 items that day. So I started with $20. I bought a box and a tape. I was packing and shipping that day. I have to say, I'm so grateful for the manager that told me about the clearance items. I was obsessed. In 6 months, I made $500,000. I was obsessed. I was packing and shipping in the garage. My neighbor Lorena complained that the cracking of my tape disturbs her at night. She wants to kick me out. I was a little bit upset. And in 12 months, I sold $1 million business working in my garage, utilizing virtual assistants. So I paid my debt. I bought an SUV because I need a bigger SUV to carry my merchandise. And in few years, I sold $20 million. Notice the journey. Young student with no hope, island girl with no hope, student overwhelmed by the outside world, now becoming an entrepreneur, taking a chance on the internet, from $20 to $20 million in just a few years. There is a limited opportunity around us. It's just there. We just haven't seen it yet. Now, as I learn how to build one business, I learn how to build others. This time, I love my home country, the Philippines. So I created Tiki Hat. So I have a place every time I would visit home. As the demand grow bigger, I build more rooms, and the Tiki Hut is now one of the top 10 hotels in the world by TripAdvisor. Now, people often ask me, do you have an experience? No. Who designed it? Me. As long as you're willing to learn from OPE or other people's experience, you can do whatever you want. How did this business work? I utilized the up and coming influencer. I made sure my team really felt empowered, cherished, and celebrated. No, I built this business from me running it here in California, 7,000 miles away. You might thinking, is that really possible to run a company from 7,000 miles away? Yes, if you know how to empower your team. You know, leadership is about admitting that you are wrong sometimes. Leadership is not about being tough and in charge the whole entire time. Leadership is about being human. And when you're being human, you're relatable. And when you're relatable, your team trusts you. And when your team trusts you, trust is foundation of things. That's how you can scale companies, build different possibilities without having your presence. So what do I do now? I run a nonprofit, the Global AI Council, where our mantra is giving free education for all. I think it's very important for us to learn about AI because AI is like air. There's no way around it. So I'm very passionate about making sure our people in the Philippines will have a job. We need to know about this. A lot of industries will be disrupted, especially we are the number one producers of BPO or virtual assistants. We need to fully equipped. And this is the reason why I was passionate of building a nonprofit of Global AI Council. And I'm proud to say we have a very strong presence in the Philippines, Nigeria, Africa. We have a presence in the US, in Canada, and Malta, Europe. You don't have to do this alone. Ralph Emerson Waldo said, everyone at one point is my superior. With that, I can learn. I can learn from others. Access what you need, care about people, and you can do anything. No matter how much you doubt yourself, no matter how dumb you think you are, or your brother or sister or somebody else told you so, you can have a huge impact in the world once you decided to do it. I know because I did it. And I did it without having superior intellect. I did it without acing the IQ test in the world. I did it without having a rich uncle funding me. I did it without having an easy access of a phone or a laptop, even. What in the world would I ever think that I can travel the world, run companies, and employ hundreds of others? You can have a huge impact in the world. I know because I did it. Others have done it, and you can do it too. Thank you.